Hello, everybody. Victor Alpha 3 Echo Whiskey Victor here tonight. A good evening to you all. Going to make sure this is working. I can hear some sound. And we're going to get started. We got a couple people there already, so hopefully we'll have a good day. Let me just check to see if the sound's working. Sound? Yep, we got sound working. And we'll be just getting started here shortly. Thank you all for joining on Facebook there. And, oh yeah, I got to get this shared out with a couple other groups there. So let me get this all shared over, and we'll get started here. Let's see here. Yep. So it is that time. We'll get a little music going on in the background. Make sure everything's going good. Let's see what we're going to play tonight. One of my ham radio songs, of course. Magic of the Waves. Let's see about that. Nope, not 6 meter. Radio games. There we go. Y'all, it's a radio field day and it's up. We'll listen to this one. Good friends, good vibes under clear blue sky. And I'll get this thing shared out. Static free, we sip and drink, summers in the air. Frequencies tuning, ain't got no care to spare. Radio games playing all day. Cards at 73 regards, punching back, have a blast. Work the world, fuzz its ass. Wave that signal strong from coast to land. Transmitting joy, ain't no better pastime. Laughter and a static shared on every line. Round here we groove, mix of beats and waves, harmony electric in these radio days. Radio games playing all day. Cards at 73 regards, punching back, have a blast. Work the world, fuzz its ass, got it in. Wave that signal strong from coast to land. Crank the knob, find that golden flow. Station to station, let the good times roll. Echoes travel wide, far beyond the range. Friendships on the airways, strange but not strange. From dusk to dawn, we chatter and we laugh. Frequency of language, got everything shared off. It's 8 o'clock. Let's get with it. Oh, getting about that shoulder. Radio games playing all day. Okay, radio games playing all day. Here we go. This is Victor Alpha 3 Echo Whiskey Victor VA3 EWV with On the Air with VA3 EWV. We're here tonight on our AllStar EchoLink evening every Friday night at 8 o'clock if the Lord says the same. And we'll get out here and have a little bit of fun and exercise our EchoLink on the various tools. And just so you guys know, you can actually get on EchoLink now on just any browser. So you don't have to load it to your desktop. So if you have in the major browsers, you can just log into your browser and enjoy EchoLink that way with a set of headphones. Thank you already tonight, everyone, for coming out. This is the biggest crowd I've seen popping in first thing in the evening there. We have November 3, Lima Mike Sierra, Last Man Standing. We got James, VA3 JPX out there. James, thank you so much. NX3F, Mr. Allen's there with us tonight. Charlie, Kilo Charlie 3. I got 2 Kilo Charlie 3s in the house today. Keith, Kilo Charlie 3, Yankee Kilo Mike, and Kilo Charlie 3, Quebec Whiskey Kilo. Okay, the topic of tonight. There's a lot of things that I was going to talk about. But I do want to touch on one, and that's fraud and stuff like that. And have you ever been popped on fraud? I know it's not a radio thing, but I do want to tell you guys a story that happened to me 2 nights ago. Also, I think James might have said this one on one of our nets. If you had all the money you could have, what radio or what antenna would you can get? So that'll be one thing if you guys don't have any fraud stuff to talk about. And if you have looked at your calendar like I did, because I have no track of time, and saw that today's the 20th and next week's the 25th, and you bought nothing as for gifts, we could talk about that too. Okay, let's see who's been on here the longest. VA3JPX has been on the longest. So, James, we're going to start with you. The mic is open for anything you want to talk about. Good to have you in there. So, those are the topics. Have you been hit by anybody fraud or somebody trying to get to you? If you had all the money in the world, what kind of equipment would you buy, rig or antenna? And have you done no shopping yet? That'll be what we'll talk about today. VA3JPX, go ahead.
Hey, Ernest. Um, just so you know, I'm not on my usual cell phone with EchoLink. I'm actually using a tablet with
Oh.
headphones that have a built-in microphone, so I don't know how my audio sounds. Is it okay?
Yeah, VA3JPX. Yeah, you sounding really good actually. So yeah, sounding good, and you're coming in nice and clear there. Carry on.
Okay. Yeah. Fraud. No, I have not. I've never been targeted. Well, maybe I have, but they weren't successful, I'm sure. Um, and of course, I get phone calls, from pretending to be CRA, Canada Revenue Agency, and stuff like that. Um, I don't answer the phone, so that's the number one rule.
Oh,
Okay, don't answer the phone, even if the number looks familiar. Don't, unless you're expecting a call.
there
That's
you
the new
go.
way of doing it. And same with the front door. Somebody comes knocking and you're not expecting them. Um, we don't answer at
There
all.
you go. Shit,
Obviously
there you
we must have
go.
security cameras to
There you
see who
go.
it is. And if it's somebody we know, then obviously we'll open the door type thing. But that's a general rule. We don't answer the phone. We don't answer the
Man.
door. Radios, money, I don't know. Probably nothing too extravagant. I think maybe, the new ICOM 7760, I think it's called. Yeah, 7760, the 60th anniversary of ICOM. I think that one would be a nice shack edition. A nice 200 watts right out of the gate. So there you go. Back to net control on VA3 JPX.
VA3JPX in the group. VA3EWV returning. Hey, look, I'm from the South there. It's Christmas time, and I remember one of those songs that we used to sing every Christmas is Go Tell It on the Mountain. And let me tell you, you were speaking the gospel. I was sitting here, I hope you can, for those of you that are watching on Facebook, my face lit up when you said, you know what? The name of the game, don't answer the damn phone. That's just it. If nobody's supposed to be calling you, don't answer the phone, right? So I have to tell you a little bit of this. My dad, it was his birthday in October. I got a hold of him in November. I live in Canada. He lives in the States. He's always changing phones like he's changing underwear. Okay, so I always have to call my brother and say, "What's Dad's what's Dad's new burner phone number?" Because he can't keep a phone for nothing. Oh my God. Anyway, I called him and he quit calling my house trying to whatever. I forget what he said. He would just hang up the phone. And I'm finally trying to do. Y'all might not know about all this stuff. Y'all might be some young folks here, but back in the day when we used to call long distance, it'd be like a speed talker or one of those auctioneers. Hello, this is Ernest. Call Mom. I'm doing all right. Everything's going good. Okay, bye, bye, bye. All that. So I know it makes me upset about that. Hey, anyway though, I finally like, Daddy, it's me. It's Wayne. Oh, hey Wayne, how you doing? That's what my parents call me. Boy, I thought you was one of them people trying to, and they're relentless. So I don't want to tell my dad not to answer the phone, but I'm gonna have to figure out a way, James, because you're right. Don't answer the door, don't answer the phone, no nothing. I got 5 kids too. When I see the number pop up, I'm gonna tell them I thought it was fraud. Back Lord have mercy. Okay, James, what do you think about that? Oh shit, that was great.
That's pretty funny. um, well, here's the thing, okay? It's 2024. You know, it's not like the 40s and the 50s where if the phone rang, you know, like people used to have like a desk and a table and a chair with a notepad and a pen and and a coffee holder, and if the phone rang, boy, you sat down there, and when you were done with the phone call, you'd say, well, thank you for calling. It was nice speaking with you, and I'll make sure that I tell little Billy that you called, and you know what I mean? It's not like that now. You know, it's 2024. The phone, we got call display. Do you know the number? No. And if you do, are you expecting a phone call from that person? You know what I mean? And here's the other thing: if somebody's calling you, all right, and it's bloody important, they'll leave a message. Okay? Uh, you know, I mean, they're going to leave a message, and you'll know if it's them, right? So it's today's day and age, man. This is the way it is. You don't answer the phone, you know. But like you said, I mean, how do you convince the elderly, for an example, to don't answer the phone? You know, I mean, it was like that with my mom. You know, when she was alive. I mean, the phone would ring, she'd answer it, and I tell her, don't do that. Well, why not? Well, you don't know who's calling. Yeah, I do. I know. It's called call.
I did call. Let's get with it.
Call, make it look like you're even your own number. You get that, Ernest? Somebody's calling you from your own number? Anyway, there you go.
Okay, James. You know what? Hey, man, that's the best thing ever. You know, out of all the stuff I've heard this year, out of all the advice I've heard this year, don't pick up the phone unless you want. And you're right. If somebody got to get a hold of you, they'll leave a doggone message. Okay, we don't want to lose anybody here. We have NX3F. You're up to bat. You can talk about anything, but I have these nets because I'm nosy. My mama said to me, "You tell people you're nosy, Wayne." I'm like, "Doggone right I do." So, Mr. Allen, have somebody ever tried to fraud you? What radio and antenna do you have? If you had a lot of money, you could buy it. What you doing for the holiday? Anything you want to talk about? Come on with it. NX3F.
Hey, good evening. Good evening, NX3F to everybody. Yeah, I went through that about a year or so ago. I got a phone call on my personal phone. They were going to talk all this stuff about this is your social security and how I owed, they're not going to pay me and blah blah this and blah blah that. And then same token, he switched the subject and said that I owed, it was the IRS, that's what it was, IRS, indicating that I owe them taxes and all that other stuff. And man, I got little shaken up by that deal, man. So I hung the phone up quick, and so I called my wife and I talked to her, and we talked about it. And so she said, "What'd you tell the manager?" I didn't tell him anything. Shoot. Anyways, long story short, the moral of that story is just don't answer the phone if you do not recognize.
That's what I'm talking about.
Easy. And I didn't do that. So that was my bad. So anyways, never heard from that situation again. Now on to interesting things. If I had a decent amount of bread, I would have me a high-gain TH6DXX tri-band beam at the house here on a 50-foot tower. That's what I would have. That's what I would have for sure.
Oh my
With all
God.
the DX. Okay. Back on T runners, BA3EWD, NX3F.
NX3F in the group, VA3 EWV return. And hey, look, the best line I heard on that transmission was, if I had a decent amount of bread, that's what I'm talking about. Mr. Mr. Allen, first thing you gotta do is get that other 10 out the doggone box. Put that one up first once you get some money. Then put up your tri-bander. That's what you gotta do. Okay, moving on down the line. Last man standing ain't gonna be the last man standing. You third on the list. We're not gonna forget about Kilo Charlie 3, Yankee Kilo Mike, don't go away. Kilo Charlie 3, Quebec, Whiskey Kilo, don't go away either. Both you gentlemen there. We got Terry there out of Ohio and Chris or Christopher. And then VE3 Volkswagen Bug. Before we go to Last Man Standing, Volkswagen Bug, do you have a couple of minutes or you popping in from a break or something? Okay, VE3 Volkswagen Bug may be just listening in. I think she works the night shift there. Okay, N3 LMS, Last Man Standing, come on in.
Yeah, okay. I'm 3LMS here. I am working too, so I can't hang in here, but good evening to you and everybody else, and especially my friend there, Alan, and X3F. So I'm on break, and it's almost over, so after this I'm going to have to hang up. And never been a victim of fraud, but I like to play with them sometimes and pretend like I'm doing an investigation that the person they're calling is deceased, and I needed to ask them more questions about their relationship with the deceased. And then we're going to pick them up and they
Oh my God.
with that. Sometimes I'll just tell them that
Oh my God.
they got a wrong number, or I like to mess with them, let's put it that way. But most of the time I just ignore the number. So there you go.
Oh God.
At any rate, I got to go here. If I had the money, I don't know what I'd buy. I'm a full-time RVer now, so I don't have a whole lot of room. I got a 7300, and that's about it. Well, I'm going to have to duck out of here. So thanks for picking me up this evening, and maybe we'll catch you another time. N3 LMS, back to you.
All right, VE3 LMS, you got me killing myself. Sorry about that. Look, when I say y'all's thing next time, if you're just quick in and out, so I'll take you at the beginning. Thank you for staying out there with us, and have a good rest of your day. Hopefully we'll see you next week, and goodbye to you there. Okay, next on the list with a lot amount of time, Kilo Charlie 3, Quebec Whiskey Kilo. Kilo Charlie 3, Quebec Whiskey Kilo. Come on in.
Oh, what's going on? I like how you run your little net here. Name's Eugene, Uniontown, Pennsylvania is where I'm from. Found your net here on Facebook. EchoLink Worldwide. Just get that out of the way. I'd like to mess with them too. I used to tell them work different places. My most memorable one was I answered the phone at a noodle factory, and I literally had to go 15 minutes. He was trying to complete his spiel, and I was trying to sell him all different kinds of noodles and pastas, and I think he finally took the bait, and he's like, I understand, and he hung up. As far as radio, I'm good with what I have. I'm still learning, still tweaking with what I got. I wouldn't want to walk away from it without understanding what I have right now. I'm just trying to get there. But there is a very nice 5G cell phone tower about 2 blocks away. I would love to have that in my backyard. Back in the day, before cell phones, we would call each other. Like if you wanted to know who it was before caller ID, we'd call, let it ring like twice, hang up, call back, let it ring 3 times, call back, let it ring once, and you knew who it was by how many times the phone rang.
Oh.
Sounds like a pretty good little thing you got going on here, and hopefully I remember or see it again on that Facebook site. And I'm actually talking through my cell phone, listening on a Bluetooth speaker. So you guys have a good one. KC3QWK, back to you.
KC3 Quebec Whiskey Kilo Eugene out of Uniontown, Pennsylvania, folks. Eugene out of Uniontown, Pennsylvania. So yeah, my first radio. I'll be celebrating. Excuse me. I'll be celebrating 1 year in ham on January 17th. Very new ham. Very new to it. And my first radio that I ever owned was my iPhone 6 Plus, with EchoLink on it. That's the first thing I actually talked on. And then I met a lot of people that through the year, like my friend Devin there, VE1DXW. He was in the hospital with some medical things, and he had a nice ICOM at home, but you can't use that in the hospital. Being in ham radio, you may not know because you sound a little bit on the young side too there, but a lot of the people that I know, they are heading toward senior living, or they've had to really downsize a lot, and they were anti-digital, HF all the way, 100 watts in the wire. But when you have to go live in an apartment complex or something like that, that's not always feasible. So I'm just trying to make sure that everybody has this little accessory. So it's not going to ever take place of radio, but it's a nice accessory to have. And it's good for people on the go, just like the last guy we talked to there, who was at work, and VE3 Volkswagen Bug, who's at work too. You can have this on your cell phones and still enjoy it. Thanks for being out there with us there today, Eugene. KC3 Quebec Whiskey Kilo. And we hope to see you again. Okay, down the line there, the next person I see there, 21 minutes, Kilo Charlie 3, Yankee Kilo Mike. That's going to be Terry out of Pennsylvania as well. Go ahead, Terry.
Well, good evening. Excuse me. Yeah, I found your net here on Facebook. Eugene, KC3QWK, and I actually belong to the same radio club there in Uniontown, from Smock, Pennsylvania, which is about 10 miles from Uniontown. So I usually don't talk a lot. I'm a new ham. I got my ticket back in February this year, so I'm just a little bit behind you on that. As far as radios, I got a lot of HTs, and that's pretty much about it. I haven't gotten into the HF stuff or anything with 10 meters. Like I said, I'm just getting my feet wet. I'm sort of wet behind the ears. But as far as fraud, let me tell you about that. I had back. I don't know if you remember, if you ever heard of Tiger Direct. It was a computer company down in Florida. So I got a charge on my credit card from them for Bose or Beats headphones or something like that. But anyway, they had this charge on there, so I called them. I'm like, what is this?
Wow.
And just, I'm a cheapskate. It's like I'm not going to pay for overnight delivery and all this stuff. Well, it turns out that somehow my credit card got hacked, and there's some people in Philadelphia, which is on the other side of the state from us. They received my headphones that I supposedly ordered, but so that was a long investigation there with that. And, the state police finally got to the bottom of it, and I got my money back. So all it did with that. I see you're holding the phone up. I'm watching you on here. Am I not talking here or what?
Hello, this is Ernest.
But like I said, I don't know what I would buy. I'm
Hello?
forever thinking about what I want, and then I just overthink it. But so anyway, like I said, I saw your thing on Facebook, and I'm watching you right now, which is kind of interesting.
Hold on a second.
So I guess I'll send it back to you. This is KC3YKM73.
Hello?
Hello?
Yes?
Hi, Ernest. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, and you?
I'm also fine. Thanks for asking. My name is Mark. I'm calling you the fraud department of the CIBC Costco Mastercard. Are you using your cards for online purchasing?
Yes?
Okay. Because here I can see some purchases on the cash and the your name and under your phone number. Like the first purchase here I can see $1,300 on the Air Alaska. Are you traveling at the moment? Are you trying to book a ticket?
Yeah.
Is that you? Ernest?
Well, I was trying to book a ticket to go visit your mama. Come on. Oh my God. Anyway, I'll probably go get arrested for that with with the with the industry standard Canada people. Man, it was happening. That's my topic of tonight. I told you they called 2 days ago. There you have it. That number that you saw on the screen. If you take out your credit card and you have a CIBC credit card, that's actually the number on the back of the credit card. So that's what I was going to tell everybody. And sorry, sorry there. I was trying to get your attention so you could hear. The guy called four times tonight. Hadn't heard from him in 2 days. But what they did was they said, "Hey, you heard the first part. I don't have to explain it to you. So I hope you heard it." And I'm like, "Oh no, I'm not." And so he said, "Oh, it's a hotel there. It looks like it's a $3,000 charge. There's another charge for $40 for like some eatery place. And there's another charge for like $12 for I think Netflix or something that's reoccurring or whatever. Did you make those charges?" I'm like, "No, I don't recognize any of those." He says, "Okay, could you tell me, go to your banking app and you tell me the last three transactions?" And I'm like, who is this? Went through all that. He said, "Oh, it's the CIBC. Look at the back of your card. Go get your card. Look at the back of your card." So I go get my CIBC credit card. I look at the back of it. It's the same doggone number. So I'm like, huh. I said, "Oh, yeah, it's the same card." I said, "But it doesn't say CIBC on the bottom of the number." So, you know. Now, what he didn't know, I used to work for CIBC for the Costco credit card a year ago, right? So we were already told you don't have to ask them nothing. Your phone pops up, they have it all there. But I had forgot about that. It's been over a year since I worked for them. So my wife was looking at me and she's like, "Don't say anything or whatever." And he says, "Can you give me the expiration date on the back of your card?" And I said, "What call center are you working at?" He goes, "Excuse me?" I'm like, "Where are you located? What call center are you working at?" He goes, "Alberta." I said, "There's no CIBC call center in Alberta, Canada." And he started to get a little stiff with me, so I just hung up the phone. I got scared. I called CIBC, waited for 10 minutes before somebody picked up the phone. They answered the phone because they have things that are just identified by your voice. And they didn't ask me anything, and I said what was going on. And they said, "Well, we just need your first and last name to identify who you are." I said, "My name is Ernest. And they said, "Okay, there's no fraudulent activity on your account. Thanks for letting us know. Be careful out there, da 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 da." So that's one thing I was wanting to talk to everybody about, but you've seen it in the flesh for those who can see it on Facebook there. But just like James said, don't answer the doggone phone. It's 8:30 at night, while these folks calling you. Sorry about kind of cutting you off there. Before you go, though, because you were in the middle of your spiel in that call, do you have anything else to say before we move on to the next person? Come on back. Caught those guys right in the damn act. Go ahead. That was Kilo India 5, I think Zulu Quebec Kilo. You were talking when the guy was trying to call again. I just want you guys to hear. Same guy's voice, too, by the way. Go ahead.
I think you were talking to, man, I didn't even write down the call sign there, but it wasn't me, sir.
Okay, no problem. Must have been Carrie. Kilo Charlie 3, Yankee Kilo Mike. Was it that you, Terry? Sorry about that.
Yeah, it was me. I didn't know if I wasn't getting through or not because whenever I stopped transmitting and you were talking about something else there, I was just a little confused. But yeah, I don't know what you heard and not, but like I said, I found your webpage or your net announcement there on Facebook and thought I would join also. So I'm just going to send it back to you there, KC3YKM73.
Yes, Terry, we heard your whole transmission there. As you were telling about your things with that and the people trying to get you for the headphones and all that stuff like that, we heard all of it. Thank you for sharing that. The phone call had came in and you saw me wave my hands. I was just trying to get your attention. So So I thought we were going to miss it because he was only called back one time. The guy called back 3 times. Couldn't believe it. Okay, thank you for being out there, and we hope to see you back here. Yep, every Friday night, 8 o'clock p.m. Like I said, if the Lord says the same, we have this. It's my tribute to Jonathan Taylor, who's actually the architect behind EchoLink. I got to meet him. He got me up and running on my node after about 4 months of trying to get it going. Even James, VA3JPX, who's out there tonight, was instrumental in helping me try to get this node working. And like I said, it was 4 months in the making. And then I actually met the guy, Jonathan, who, like I said, who's the architect behind EchoLink. And I even invited him to our meeting for our local club, and he had a little talk. So just so you guys know, if you're out there at your local clubs, if you get a hold to Jonathan, just look EchoLink and Jonathan. I forget his call sign off the top of my head there, but he does come and talk to the local ham club. So that might be something that you guys can get out for yourself there. Okay, moving down the line there. Let's take the. So that was Terry. Let's. I'm getting mixed up. Uh, the person with the Kilo Quebec, no, the Kilo Charlie 3 that we haven't heard from yet. Come on in. Maybe that's Kilo India 5.
Well, evening, Arcanist, and everybody. And I don't know, was there a topic of discussion this week? Kilo India 5, Zulu, Quebec, Kilo.
Yeah, Kilo India 5, Zulu Quebec Kilo. Yes. I was going to talk about a non-radio topic, and it's so close to Christmas, I was going to talk about fraud. And we were right in the middle of the net tonight when the guy called here saying he was CIBC. And I just want you guys to hear how that stuff goes. And like James said, just don't answer the phone if you're not doing a call. So every week we try to have a topic, and it's always what are you going to do for the rest of the week or the weekend. It's close to Christmas here, so uh, if you haven't been shopping yet, we'd like to know that. Most guys haven't. I know I haven't. And so, have you done your shopping yet? That's number one. Number two, if you had all the money in the world, what rig or antenna would you buy that you don't have? And three, have you ever been frauded? Any of those three or anything you want to talk about, you can bring it out to the net. This is Victor Alpha 3 Echo Whiskey Victor. Go ahead.
Boy, that's a tall order. Let's see, I already did all my Christmas shopping.
Well, that's good.
Me and my wife, we usually buy presents throughout the year, so it's not so much of a hassle at the last minute.
Yeah.
So we don't have too much to worry about on that. And if I had a bunch of money, I'd probably invest it. So, and I haven't figured out what kind of radio to buy for the high frequencies yet. But gonna get there one day. I just haven't pulled the trigger on like a 7300 or something like that. But maybe I've just been lazy on that. I don't know. But right now, I just don't see it as a priority because I'm trying to do other things. But I think next year probably get a 7300. But as far as like having a bunch of money, probably invest it, live off the dividends for a while.
I hear that.
Back to you.
Thank you so much there, John. Kilo India 5, Zulu Quebec Kilo. Yeah, John, invest that money. That's what it's all about. Yeah, like I said to the folks at the beginning, I'm going to be celebrating my 1 year in January. The first 6 months of my year was all on EchoLink. Then I have an Anytone D578 UV Plus 3, if that's not a mouthful. And with EchoLink and DMR, I was already talking all over the world and not having to worry about if anybody was 5 or 9 or 5 over 5 or anything like that. I was just listening and talking. And when HF came up, and I only had my basic, so to get HF, I was going to have to take a whole nother test all over again. And I didn't even know if I wanted to be bothered with it. And but I got some encouragement and done it anyway. And I do HF for Parks on the Air mainly. And then for some fun, I do some FT8. That's the digital mode there. I just do that just to pass some time. But that's the only thing I use my HF rig for. And if I'm not but today, I spent more time on Fusion, DMR, and EchoLink than HF, and that's usually how it is. But I do have my advanced certificate here in Canada, so I can talk on HF. But I love just being on the EchoLink and stuff like that because I don't have to be in front of a rig. I'll walk around with my phone and listen to different places in different languages, and that's one thing I like about the digital stuff. Today I made contacts to folks which I would have never made contact unless it was like CW maybe or the digital modes, because the one guy I was talking to did not speak a lick of English at all. I had to use Google Translate to send him a message on email there. Anyway, thank you for being in there, John. And yeah, if you do run into some money, invest that stuff. We'd like to see our friends get some money in their pocket there. I think I may have talked to everybody tonight. I hope I haven't missed anybody. Um, no, I haven't missed anybody. So what we do now, we just do a round two. We're gonna start with James on the round two. What are you gonna be doing, James, for the rest of the week? Next week is Christmas week. I know it's been a challenging last 6 months there at some points. What do you guys have planned for the holidays there? Back over to you, James.
The A3EWV from the A3GPX. Not just not much. All of the kids are grown up now, and we don't buy gifts anymore, and we don't even put up a Christmas tree.
Okay, okay.
I think the last time we had a tree up was in 2009, and that was it. We haven't. Actually, no, that's not true. 2010 or 2011 was the last time that we had a tree up, and that's it. So we don't do trees anymore. We don't even decorate. We're old curmudgeons now. So the way it works is, you know what? Even on Halloween, we disconnect the doorbell. Just the way it is. So that's it. We're not going to do anything extra special. We're going to have obviously a Christmas dinner, turkey and all the trimmings and stuff like that. But that's it. That's it. That's all. Take it easy. We're all going to be in vacation mode until the new year. So play some ham radio. Hopefully tip a few beer and try not to get into too much trouble on the local repeaters. Anyway, so that's it. 730. Until next week, the A3JPX. Back to net control.
VA3JPX in the group. VA3EWV returning. Well, James, I'm wishing you and the family there a good Christmas. And you know what? We were about in your same shoes. I think everybody goes through that whole phase, You raise your kids, you got the Christmas tree. And then I finally started talking to the wife and saying, hey, look, why do we have to have stuff at our house? We have 3 daughters, all married, right? It's time to visit. It's time to go to their houses. Bring some aluminum foil and bring some food home with us to live off for a week or two. And we got to do that a couple of times, and I'm so excited that this year we get to do that. We get to go to my middle daughter's house and not have to do anything. Because, even though your family's at your house and they help out, you're still entertaining people, right? So me, you know how it is. You eat your dinner, you watch the football. Well, I don't watch any sports, but I listen to people watch football as I fall asleep. But anyway, yeah, this year we don't have to go through that. And then my oldest daughter said, "Oh, who teaches school? Oh, this year after the last day of before the Christmas holidays, I'm gonna come over with your grandchild and we're gonna stay a week at your house." And I was like, "What?" So yeah, I thought I was gonna be out, off the hook. But now we have a 5-day a week visitor, so it's gonna be nice. I'm telling myself, but you gotta enjoy them while they're there. Thank you, James, for coming on in there. Okay, and you have a good rest of your day, and Merry Christmas to you guys. Okay, NX3F, Mr. Allen, with the bread. Okay, Mr. Allen, what you gonna be doing next week? There, over. Oh shit.
VA3EWB. This is NX3 chilling out, not doing too much here at all. I've been on vacation now for the past week.
Okay.
I was sick a couple of days, unfortunately, but I'm starting to get back up and get around here. And then probably, well, no doubt for Christmas, we'll probably go over to my wife's oldest daughter's house over on the Eastern Shore and break bread there, and then come on back here and just chill out until after the first of the year. Don't have anything really pressing to do. I was going to build this remote antenna switch, but you know, I run into this situation where trying to get parts for it is more of a task than building it. Building it is great, fine, but trying to find parts, that's the thing. So I had to hold up. I got to hold up on that for the time being. So that's about it from here,
Okay.
Ernest. And I hear you about the kids. I hear you. And I hear you about the food too. VA3EWV and X3F.
All right, NX3F in the group, VA3EW returning. Yeah, you have a good Christmas with the family and stuff. Like you say, chill out. You know, take it easy. This is going to be the first, since I have my shoulder operated on, this is going to be my first year in a lot of years that I don't have to be doing that drive in and working all those hours and stuff like that. So I'll be at home and I have that hour drive from Cornwall to Ottawa. That was 5 days a week, and you know, with the snow and ice and all that stuff, it's just can be gruesome. The weather's not that bad, all things considered. We only had one really good snow. We've only had the tractor out once to get the snow. A couple of dustings after that, but it's terribly cold, that's for sure. I'm gonna try to guilt the son tomorrow to take me out to one of the parks there. I was just looking at my stats for Parks on Air, and they give this thing like it's called a Kilo Award, and for two of the parks there, I'm less than 20 contacts, and I've been just itching to go, and nobody to bring me. So for Christmas, I'm gonna be guilting the kids. Well, you know your daddy, his shoulder. Y'all gonna do me like that? You're not gonna bring me out there to the park? I just need 20 contacts. That's like 10 minutes. Anyway, Mr. Allen, you have a good day there. We're going to break with you and get some finals from Kilo India 5, Zulu Quebec Kilo. Any finals from you, and what are you doing for the Christmas holidays there? Zulu Quebec Kilo, that is...
Oh, let me see. I think Christmas. We're supposed to go to my
That's
oldest
John.
daughter's place for Christmas dinner and hang out with the grandkids and watch them tear up the house. And, yeah, I think that's about it. I mean, I don't know if there will be too much of anything going on after that, but my wife, you know how it is. I mean, the women have it all planned out. Us guys are just there for the ride.
Right.
So, yeah, pretty much for the rest of the week, we're just going to kind of coast through and get through the holidays and get through the new year. And,
Ain't that the truth?
yeah. Yeah, I'll just go ahead and turn it back over to you. And everybody have a, we don't get out here before then. Everybody have a great Christmas and a great New Year's from Kilo India 5 Zulu Quebec Kilo. And we'll catch you next time, Ernest. DA3EWB KI5CTK.
KI5ZQK in the group, VA3EW returning. Yeah, man, you guys have a wonderful Christmas there break, and we hope to catch you if you guys are, you know, just beating around. Hope to catch you on some of the bands, any bands, all bands. I'll be doing a lot of in-house. I've had, I think 2 weeks ago, I was talking to my friend VE1DXW there on HF, and I've only had a couple just like rag shoe like tonight. I've only had I think to date 4 experiences because I actually caught a hold to another new buddy I met doing FT8, and we actually had an HF contact. So other than Parks on the Air, I don't really get on HF to do any talking. I don't know why, I just didn't do it. So I'm going to try to practice a little bit more on just getting out there and just using HF for other than Parks on the Air. And I always keep the EchoLink on, the node for the most part. Sometimes it's off, but I always have it on my phone. So, but we're here every Friday night. If you can come out, that would be great. And you know what? I'm glad you guys were here tonight. So appreciate you to coming out there. Okay, and last on our list is Kilo Charlie 3, Yankee Kilo Mike. For any finals from you, please come on in.
Yeah, Kilo Charlie 3, Yankee Kilo Mike. As far as plans for next week, I got to work until Christmas Eve, and then we have that day or that evening, and then Christmas off, obviously. But I usually work then the rest of the week up through New Year's because I let my staff they take off, they have kids, and since I work from home, it's not that big of a deal for me to just stay working and all that. But that's pretty much all there with that. And I'm gonna send it back to you guys. Merry Christmas to everybody. Hope you guys have a good time. It was fun listening on the net and watching you wave your hand at me, trying to get attention. I didn't realize that that's what you were doing. But so I'm gonna send it back to Net Control. This is KC3YCAM 73.
KC3Y Yankee Kilo Mike. You know, it was such a pleasure tonight having all the the new folks in. I think we had 3 or 4 new people tonight, and it's always a pleasure. VA3JPX and NX3F have been here with me for a long time, like from when I started the net. So I know you guys are glad to hear some new folks in. Bring your friends in with you. The more the merrier. You know, we can always have a good time there. You guys have a good rest of your day there, and I say 73 all around. And not on the air here, but I do have ham radio songs about all my ham radio stuff for the year here. I do have the YouTube channel in case you guys don't know. So go out there and check that out. I have that thing called Big E's Beats, and it's all ham radio songs. So I've heard some ham radio songs, but they're probably in the '60s when I was born. So I got a couple new ones out there. Okay, well we're gonna end it here and say 73 to everybody and everybody that's on Facebook. We're gonna knock it off with that Park to Park song, one of the new ones that we got there. Park to Park for my POTA stuff. And if you're listening at home, you can listen to that. All right, 73 from VA3 EWV. Have a good evening. Okay, guys, we're gonna knock it off with our Park to Park here. We're gonna end it with
Everybody
that.
have a happy holidays, blessed Christmas, and extra.
Thank you, Mr. Allen, there, and have a good rest of your day. And make sure you bring some of them plates home, okay? Paper plate with aluminum foil all the way. You don't leave empty-handed.
Oh yeah, well, we're not bashful.
I'm telling you, I come with dishes. I come with dishes, just to let you know. That's how you gotta be. Like I ain't old, but I play it, right? I'm like, okay, y'all fill up them plates and stuff, cause you like royalty when you're at your kid's house. You sit there, and I wish you could see my mom used to sit right by the door with the plate in her hand. So you had to pass her to take the plate, right? That's what I'm gonna be doing at my daughter's house. There, I'm gonna be sitting there by the door, but I'm gonna sit right on the couch there, to the entrance to the door, with my dessert plate in my hand, right? So I don't have to get up. Over.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, all right, right quick. Hey, man, I forgot how to get into, I was gonna access the net this evening by AllStar, but there's something wrong with the app on my phone. That's how I generally do it. I type it in
Yeah.
remote app, and then I can bring up the node, and then I've got you programmed in. But I forgot how to get into um, on the Raspberry Pi. I forgot. It's been so long since I did this thing. I forgot how to get into the AllStar node from the uh, from the node itself. You know how you got this selection here where it says admin list for a long time and all this other stuff. I forgot how to do that. Do you remember how to do that?
Admin list. I'm looking at mine now. Do you use Supermon 2 All-Star Manager or no?
See, I think I got 3 here. I think I got 3.
That's one of those look-sees. I'm not even going to kid you. I have the Supermon 2. That's what I started with. I know you said you're just going to get 3. I know VA3JPX tried 3. I think he may have stayed with it. Maybe he said he went back to 2. But I do not know. All I do is, right when I'm on the Supermon 2 website with the city on the top, like the view there, there's a blank space there. Not a blank space, but there's a white box that you can type in, right? And then right to the left of that on the first line it says connect, disconnect, monitor, etc., etc., etc. So if you know the node, like my node is 60092, I just go to the white box, type in 60092 because it's AllStar before it's EchoLink, right? So if you go to the white box, type in 60092, and then you click on connect, it actually connects you to whatever All-Star node you want. If I need to do EchoLink, then I have to start adding, like you have to add a 3, like the DTFM type stuff. But this is something that you, like, with that kind of stuff, I like to be on Zoom so people can see it. Like you would show me on your computer what you're talking about, then we can figure it out. Over.
Yeah, okay. Well, it's no big. This as soon as I disconnect from you, I'll try to see if I can get back into that Node Remote. I downloaded that Node Remote Access app, and that thing worked really good. It connected to my node, and then I think it had a choice. I think it was like a 6 or 8 choices that you could put in there, and I had you pre-programmed in there, and so I had you programmed in on your EchoLink node, and I hit that, and then it connects you automatically. But for some strange reason it's not working. I don't know. I'll have to look at it and see why. But I know there's another way you can get in. But well, you add another time when time is when we got time. I'll connect with you and we'll go over this thing. Because I know there's a way. When I first set this thing up, I set it up all on the Raspberry Pi. But boy, I tell you, man, when you just don't do things. Well, when I don't do things regularly, I forget. And I wrote it down on my notes, and I lost my notes. So, well,
Amen to that. I hear
okay,
that.
back to you, Ernest. VA3EWV NX3L.
Man, I'm telling you, singing a song that I know. Like once a month, I go into that Win SCP, whether I want to or not, because that's one of the things that I had to use to be able to use the Supermon, and then that putty, right? Because the same thing, I had to go to the guy I bought the thing from because I had it working for about 3 months there. Didn't touch nothing, didn't do no updates and all this stuff, and then something happened, and I couldn't even remember the password, the root password, the nothing, right? So I had to call that guy and it's like, hey, how do I get this back up and running? Because you never touch it. So now I make myself, number one, I learned how to do screenshots so I can put stuff in my OneNote file so I can go back to it. But, hopefully you get it back sorted. But you know what? I tell you, whenever you get on the phone with somebody else, all of a sudden your memory starts coming back to you. So this is all the holidays and stuff like that. You got me on the Facebook there. Just message me and say, hey man, are you around the shack? You know, and I'll be happy to come up. We'll get on Zoom, throw you a Zoom link, share the screen there, and we'll just get through it, eh? Back over to you.
All right, sir. That's a plan. We definitely will do that then. Okay. Very good. All right. I'm gonna cut out here and play with this thing just for a little bit here,
Yeah.
and then if I don't succeed, I'll just shut it down tonight and get on it another time. So, hey man, take care. We'll talk to you later on there. Oh, and I know that Wayne had checked in N3LMS. We go way back. Oh man, we go way back about, I want to say back to back to the 80s, very early 80s when I met him. He lived in Virginia. When I lived in
Okay.
Virginia, and he was
Okay.
the first hand that I met when I moved to Virginia. And I missed his comments because I had to go upstairs and ask permission something, so I missed his comments. But anyways, I'll catch up with him. Take care, Ernest. Step 3, VA3EWD, NX3 assigned. Take care.
All right, yeah. Last man standing. Yeah, he was there. I have it. I always do a Facebook Live there, so I'll have those comments and stuff like that. Miss Sally, you take it easy and have a good Christmas there. And I'll be around same time, same bat channel. Like I said, hit me up. I'm just gonna be sitting up here looking at the walls if I don't have nothing to do. Have a good day. 7-3 to you. Okay, folks, that's it. Let's get this last song in there. We're gonna end the night with the Park to Park. Let me just go find it. Here we go. Don't want to get it too loud.
We hit the airways every night. Park to park, our signals bright. Cheek to cheek, we keep it live. Ham radio, got that vibe. Late shift early, we don't care. Got our sound waves everywhere. 5-9 in the park, so clear. Best regards to all who hear. This is a two for make it loud. Working around without a doubt. 73, we share the thrill. Ham radio, life's a chill. On to the next part we go. In the dark, we let it flow. Communications part to part. This is how we make our mark. Thanks for those activations now. From dusk till dawn we take a bow. Signal strong, we make it loud. Ham radio, we stand proud. This is a two for make it loud. Working around without a doubt. 73, we share the thrill. Ham radio, life's a chill. On to the next part we go. In the dark, we let it flow. Communications part to part. This is how we make our mark.
All right, that's it, folks. Y'all have a good day on the air with VA3EWB. And come out and see us next week for our AllStar EchoLink Net. 7-3.